My name is Maya Johnson, and my persuasive speech is on why children should not watch violent television. Most of us have seen it at one point. We're walking the halls of our school, and a fight breaks out. People are yelling and start to circle around to watch the show. However, many say they'd love to see a good fight, but how many of us would actually want to be in one? What stem these behaviors? Well, whether you know it or not, we all are easily influenced by the technology around us. Over the years, people have formed negative opinions about the content of certain television programs and whether or not they are appropriate for children to watch. Some people believe violent programs are contributing to the negative behavior of their children. However, they continue to remain easily accessible to them. Whether you're a current parent, have younger siblings, or are going to be a parent in the near future, it is important to address the risks. Some parents remain completely unaware of any effects as well as remain unresponsive to prevent such behavior. Parents should prohibit children from viewing any violent television programs because it also creates violent behavior not only as children but can continue through adulthood. The issue is, it is causing more harm than people realize. Children that watch violent films are more accepting towards violent behavior. Simmons, Stallsworth, and Wenzel state that being exposed to television of violent content makes children believe that their aggressiveness is approved of. They are modifying their morals and recreating their ethics, which in return can be potentially dangerous. They also state that young children who are regularly exposed to television are unable to separate fiction from the real world. Children can learn these behaviors as simply as just watching its content. Young children are greatly influenced by the effects of violent television because they learn through observing and learning. Studies show that through observational learning, children who watch these programs increase their aggressive beliefs and perspectives. The amount of violent behavior seen in classrooms has increased, and it is due to the amount of reliability today's society has on television. Studies done in 2015 with 9th through 12th graders show records of school-related violence among the students. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that 7.8% of students reported being in a fight 12 months prior to the study. 4.1% reported carrying a weapon on campus 30 days prior to the study. 6% of students reported being threatened or injured with a weapon a student brought onto campus. School violence poses a threat to individual health. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention also states that exposure to youth violence and school violence can lead to a wide array of negative health behaviors and outcomes, including alcohol and drug use, suicide, depression, anxiety, and many other psychological problems, including fear, can result from school violence. When it comes to taking action, some parents are beginning to take action when it comes to protecting their children from the dangerous effects of violent television programs. Catching the early signs of potential aggressive behavior can be extremely helpful in reversing the effects of viewing violent television. These signs can be easier to recognize than one may believe, and for many it will come to surprise. According to Lazar, television can be observed in children's artwork and conversation. Children express their different television viewing through play on the playground. They reenact different shows they have watched. Sometimes it's obvious that some children are allowed to watch violent television just by the way they play. As disturbing as it sounds, there have been reports and descriptions of different drawings created by children, some containing illustrations of blood and dead bodies, as well as many different violent weapons such as knives. The ultimate goal is to stop the issue at its origin. It is important that everyone in the household takes action. The first step is to set limitations. Many parents fail to set limitations on television viewing, and this is where issues originate from. Many children need to differentiate between what is appropriate to watch and what is not. Next, it is to be aware of what other family members are watching with young children around. Walma Vandermolen states that on news channels, violence and crime are the most covered topics, showing stories involving weapons, murder, and war. Also, that children are dependent on television for information. Children watch more news than parents and guardians think they do. The last step is to confront the child and try to reason with them. Chang states that reasoning with a child will be more effective in making them fully understand right from wrong. Sitting with a child and discussing a television program and the actions the characters are making will help children establish why certain actions are inappropriate and what the consequences of those actions are. Television is a very influential part of most children's lives. However, the viewing of violent television can cause harmful effects in the behavior of children. It is important that parents are realizing the different signs and are acting on the situations. Violent television can lead to aggressive behavior, which can become potentially dangerous and difficult to control as the child grows older. Evidence of viewing violent content can stand out in children's drawings as well as conversations and play. Preventing such behavior lays in the hands of parents by discussing right from wrong with their children. Setting specific rules and limitations can contribute to this prevention. Thank you.